Hello, welcome back. This is James Uriel from UX Shape. The next tutorial is going to focus on the second part of our inventory mobile app. And as I said earlier on, we're going to be working on the splash screen, and we're going to be setting up our Azure workspace, defining our layout for everything that we need to do, and we're going to be sorting that out in Azure RP. So let's get started. The first thing we've established is what we are going to do from the page here is a mobile app. So what we need is a mobile device screen size, and I will recommend going to this website called mydevice.io, and you can check all your screen size. What we want to be using is the CSS width and the CSS height. We're not going to be using this because of course they'll be bigger. So we're going to be using, for my own device, is the Samsung Galaxy Tab 4 and Samsung Galaxy Note 4, and it is 360 by 640, so something like that. And we're going to just come here. And first of all, we've already named our app, which is inventory app at the top here, as you can see, and we will just go to generate a prototype, which I think I've done as well. We'll go to mobile, and we'll be able to see what we've set here, the minimum scale and the maximum scale, and we just generate this prototype, and it will load this on our browser that you have as a default browser. So the next thing we need to do is to now get a rectangle widget, and just I normally like to put it close the X and Y axis, and we're going to have it the size we're looking for is 360 by 640, and we'll come here and say 360 640, and that's big enough. So what I also normally do, because I'm recording in a bigger screen, I want to make sure that the user can see what I'm doing properly, so I'm just going to give you maybe 150, or let's say 170, so you can actually see exactly what I'm doing properly. What I also normally do is to center this design, so align horizontal center and browser only center, so that when I'm previewing this page in the browser, everything is okay. And since I'm using a white background, I'm just going to make this a little bit gray, so that we can easily differentiate the design from the prototype itself. So I'm just going to leave it like this, and I'm going to remove the border as well. Another thing I normally do is to make sure that I have I have this font already installed on my computer, which is Maven Pro, and I just also always set that in Azure. We can have the sketch effect and everything, but we really don't want to bother with that at this time. So we've done that and we've saved it. So what I need to do is just to make this a little bit minimize that, and we can save that. So the next thing we need to do next will be to set up our splash screen. Now, as we have in the second image here, the splash screen, we say page will load for 5 to 3 seconds and the landing page will appear. So what we need to do is to rename this. If you either right click and you can rename, or you just click it twice and it will be editable. So you can just add this and say as a splash. Now the next thing we need to do that for the same page, which is we can name this page what we have is I'll just call it onboarding, and we have that sorted out. So I'll just delete this page 2 and 3 and we only have 2 pages now. So that's what we're prototyping. Now the splash screen, we've said we're going to have it load for 2 to 3 seconds, and we're going to simulate some effect. And I also recommend using this website called ajaxload.info. This page you can easily get some loading effect that you can just generate and download and use it within your project. So we will look for one that we like, and I'll just pick anyone, because this page, every time I use it, it's always, I like every of the type there, but obviously I can't use everything at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this I'm going to use something like this, and I'm going to generate the background color. I'll leave it at white, and I'll leave the fore color at black as well. Now, another thing again we need to establish before we dive in too much into this prototype is to make sure that we keep this prototype simple. So we're just going to make use of black and white color. We're not going to make use of any other color at all. It's just going to be black. It is very tempting when you are working in Azure and you're trying to develop a low fidelity wireframe, and we will try and stick to a low fidelity wireframe as much as possible. So I will try not to be tempted to use any other color other than black and white. So we have this, and we're just going to download this. And on my mobile or my system, I've already set up the project folder, and I'm just gonna save it here. Everything about images, I'm just gonna save it, or icons, I'll just drop it here. So I've saved that, and we've set up our font and everything. We can preview this in the browser by refreshing this page. And I think it's showing okay. So what we need to do is to preview this here, and we can see that our page is showing now. I'll just increase this as well so that you can see what I'm doing, so everything is really clear for our viewers. So what we need to do next, we go to the Azure and we just drop an icon, an image widget. So this image widget, what we're going to use it for is for this Ajax loader that we generated and downloaded. So we will just double click on it to change it, and we will go to inventory, and we will go to this, and we will look at this. Now auto resize image, we can say yes or no, but I'll just say no so that we can have this. Or if we think it's too big, we can always just reduce it a little bit, which is fine. Now we have this. What we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of text, and we can just simulate like a placeholder for the logo. So we can put here and say logo will go here, and we can resize this for the logo, and we can add a text at the bottom. So what we've designed here, basically I'm just trying to do something similar to that. So we can just say we can just call this maybe version 1.0, just something simple like that. And we change the font to this, and we can reduce the font size maybe to 14, and we can just increase the size so that we can center it. We can align center, middle, and middle, align middle. Yep. So we can align that and make sure everything is okay. And also what we can do, we can align this, and we can group this for now, and we can centralize it so that everything is done perfectly. So if we look at this, everything is centered right. So that's what we've done. So we're just gonna probably look at this, and let's maybe put this at the top here, and the loading can be at the center. So what we could do is we could do like this, and we could maybe make everything look like this, and we can now put it centralized or put it center. I'll just zoom it back. So we will have the logo here is going to show, and I could make this maybe dark, and I could change the text to white, and I could change this line as well to white, so that we can differentiate the logo from the design. So this is the logo, and that's the loading. And once we've done this, we will now need to add interaction, so that once we load this page, as we're going to preview now, so if I refresh this page, this is just going to be loaded continuously. But of course, we don't want it to just load continuously without navigating to another page. So what we need to do next is to go to the page load. So in this, we're going to be using the page load because practically what we are loading, we are loading this page, and after some few seconds, the page will be redirected to this onboarding page or screen. So we will go to page interaction, and we will click on page load, and we will say open link, and then we will also say wait. So what we do, we will reorder this and make this go up. So we're going to say wait for, let's say, we can change it to maybe 2000, and open link. So we will say open link to onboarding, and you can see this open in current window. We're just going to open it in current window, and we're just going to click OK. We save that, and let's preview it again, and we have it. So after some seconds, the page will be redirected to the onboarding screen. So for us to know that we have actually, we are in onboarding screen, what I'm just going to do, I'm going to grab this rectangle, because we're going to maintain the same consistent state around, and I'm going to make sure we have this page style as well. In fact, the quickest way to do it will be to initially duplicate this page. Just duplicate this page and say duplicate, and we can call this page onboarding. And once we have this page onboarding, I can remove this, and we can indent this back to know that this page follows the splash screen. So what I'm going to do is to increase the size, because once we duplicate it, then it's going to come with the background, with the settings that we've used in the previous page will be applied there. So since we don't need that page interaction on this page, we're just going to remove it on this page, and we're going to go back here and look at the page interaction. The page interaction has changed because we duplicated it and changed the page name. We're just going to make it look back here again. Then we can go back to the onboarding page, and we can just put a text here just to say onboarding for now. So we're not going to design anything on the onboarding. We're going to be doing that in the next tutorial. So let's preview what we've done again. We can go back and preview that. It loads after some few seconds. It goes back. It goes to the onboarding screen. If we go back again, it goes to the onboarding screen, and that is the natural order of how a mobile app works. We're not going to put a back button because we don't necessarily have to see this onboarding screen once the app has been installed. If the app has been installed and the user have signed up, they don't usually see the onboarding anymore. So but for the sake of tutorial and for the sake of learning, I'll just show you again that we've applied this. It loads after some few seconds, and it's there. So we don't need to do anything special in Azure trying to simulate this Ajax loading effect. We just need to grab some here and just use image widget, import that image, and automatically apply the page load effect, and our app will work as we've intended. So if I go back again and I refresh this page and I go back again, it goes back to the onboarding. So in our next tutorial, what we're going to be looking at, we're going to be looking at designing the onboarding screen, how we can pass the message across of our app, how we can tell the user what our app is all about in short and simple, easy way. And we will be able to prototype that as well in the next tutorial. If you have any question on the previous tutorials, the overview and the part 1, which is this splash screen that we've done, send me a question in the comment below, and also subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you. Bye.